Sustainability is really about balancing human activities with the needs of the environment and finding out a way that we can sustain ourselves in terms of our material needs as well as our social needs in balanced ways. And right now we have a situation where we have an economy that is based upon extractive principles that takes but does not give back to natural systems, and there are very tremendous pollution issues, but there are also vast portions of human populations that have all kinds of social justice dimensions that are very troubling. And what sustainability is about is looking at the interface between the social justice and environmental change, and trying to figure out what are the ways that we can respond as a society to create a win-win-win between people, prosperity, and the planet.
Although we have a very high recycling participation rate, it's like in the 90s. You know, people are putting their bins out, they're putting recycling in there. We also have a high contamination rate. We're sitting at about 19 or 20%, and industry standard is 15%. And there are some MRFs in the country that have managed to actually get down to 5. So we're looking between 5 and 15. Well, when you are trying to get that much of an improvement, you're talking 2,000 tons of material that we want to get out of the recycling bin. It gets to be kind of a awesome undertaking.
Part of the issue is that the city of Tucson, for instance, did a waste audit that determined that 80% of everything in our local landfills could either have been recycled or composted instead. So that's a gigantic number. That means really only 20% of what's in our landfills really had to be there.
For me, what it means for recycling, it's to just kind of reduce waste. I mean, that's the committee that Greening the Game's under, is waste reduction. So I think it's important in the long run for sustainability, you know, for recycling. I hope later down the road for it to be kind of a natural thing for everyone to do, you know. I was always kind of inclined, I don't know why, at a younger age, but, you know, recycling was always very important to me.
We do need to conserve our resources and conserve our landfill space, because we do want our kids to have some landfill space left. When we're gone, it's like, you know, we don't worry, but our kids will then have to worry. So we want to make sure that we leave them something that, not a problem, but, you know, some solutions.
Have a lot of issues in Tucson that are specific aspects of that broader challenge that society faces. But basically, as a species, we're probably consuming 2 to 3 times the amount that the planet can sustain, and that's not sustainable.